Go for it. W- Well, welcome to another episode of Crosspod Wordcast.
It is
David,
the Crosspod Wordcast.
yeah,
Everything has
David,
been
I
muted that
told you I
needs.
would take care of it. You're busy Xing. Isn't that what you
I'm.
say?
That's a good
Yeah.
question. What is the verb?
Yeah. Xing. Yeah, I'm
Are
pretty
we
sure.
grokking?
Grokking? Is that a
Are
thing?
we? Are we
I don't
grokking?
even know what grokking is. What's a grok?
That comes from a Heinlein science fiction novel, I believe. It has something to do with understanding. The word grok is now part of the English language.
Oh yeah,
You should know it.
grokking. It's like a getting of a thing. It's like, are you grokking this? Yeah, we've talked about this before. I feel like I learned this word from you once before. So,
Oh, I mean, I think it's probably come up in a crossword puzzle because
oh
it's not
yeah,
like it's not something that I spout on about.
no. But yeah, this is a crossword puzzle podcast. It's called Crosspod Wordcast. I'm Daniel. I'm a host,
And I'm
and
David.
he's David. He's
I'm
a host.
Daniel's dear co-host,
Yeah.
David.
And yeah, this is a show where we solve the New York Times crossword puzzle. We do it in record time each week. This week, we're going to give ourselves we've shortened our time goals from an hour to 45 minutes.
45 minutes is what we said, I
Yeah,
think.
45 minutes. Yeah, so we're going to do the Thursday New York Times crossword puzzle from today, November 9th. We're going to do it in 45 minutes or less.
It's a challenge of a puzzle, but it's not as challenging as Friday.
Yeah,
It's not as challenging as
Saturday.
Saturday.
It's not as
Saturday.
challenging as Sunday
It's easier than Sunday. It's harder than Sunday. Sunday is easier, I should
because of
say.
the
Sunday just
theme.
happens to be a little bit bigger,
Yeah. But
not
that's so that
more
depends on what you
challenging.
mean by harder. I mean,
It
like
is.
more
Yeah.
challenging to carve that time out of your day to do a 2 hour crossword puzzle,
But if
maybe
it's an
90
easier
minutes. Yeah.
puzzle, you can do it faster.
Yeah, that's true. And if you do it with friends, you can do it like
Lickety
that.
split. It's
Lickety
a
split.
teamwork makes the dreams
Yeah.
works.
Yeah. So, David, let's get to our best buy, our buzz buy
Oh, Buzz
first.
Bite. I'm glad
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
mentioned that. What do you have to say?
I've got a Uinta Brewing Co. 801 Pilsner right here.
That's a
Yeah. I
local
already
brew.
cracked it. So
Good for you.
it's very drinkable.
801 is the area code, the phone, no, the zip code. Phone, if
Yeah.
you dial around you might get 435, but you also might get 801.
Yeah, 801 is the signature area code for Salt Lake City, Utah.
Brews in our hands.
Yeah,
You and I both.
yeah. I like a TF
And
family
I spent
temp.
the evening at their brewery. I received a tour with a few coworkers. We received a tour of the facilities, and it's amazing what they're doing over there at Templin Family TF Brewing.
Mm-hmm.
It's they have some just wonderful stuff. They seem to take quality and cleanliness at a high premium. They're very in control of what they produce, and everything they make tastes good. I think we even brought home a thing that they sampled for us, and it's going to be a special occasion kind of beverage.
What was your beer of choice tonight?
Yeah, I'd say that they have a special. They have a thing called Delmar. It's like a stout of some
Mm,
kind, the Delmar, but
mm.
that's named after a guy named Jesse Delmar. And then they have a special stout called the Jesse Delmar something or other, and it's like been aged in a barrel of something for a year. It's a stout with a lot of rich flavor. They sampled it for us. It felt like special just to be
Mm.
able to get the tour and get the experience of what they're doing, what they're up to over there. Templin family, Daniel TF.
Yeah, I know them and I love them. I'm a big fan, and I would love to get a little tour and get a little Templin going.
Yeah, we had a little bit of an inside access. A coworker of mine is a devotee, and his connection to the group gave us, we we gathered, we sampled some. They offered us some like charcuterie. We sampled some pickled things, and then to clean the palate, to cleanse the
Yeah,
palate, of
yeah.
course. And then we had a lot to drink.
You don't say. Well, I say we take that enthusiasm
Yeah,
bolstered by
yeah.
liquid courage,
Here
and
we are.
we hit this puzzle.
Let's
We
do
hit
it.
the ground running.
Okay.
But that's our buzz by. That's
That's
you
the
got
buzz
buzzed
bite.
earlier on TF. I'm having a little buzz off of this
Yeah.
Uinta.
And I'm sobering up at this point. This is
Fair
all
enough.
water now.
It's good. We need sobering up is a strong, like I like the idea of you being your drunkest right when we start the puzzle
That
rather than
that's
working your way
yeah.
towards it.
It's
Yeah.
a different approach than what we usually have. And I'm okay with we'll see what kind of results we get.
Yeah. So we're gonna do this Thursday, November 9th. Oh yeah, we've got our return in report too. We can't forget.
Yes.
But I have nothing to report.
Oh dear.
You recommended a podcast to me.
Yes.
And I haven't listened to it.
That
And
podcast, do you remember what it was even?
I can't recall the name. Some it was the food one. It was the menu, off menu.
Off menu.
Off
Yeah.
menu.
Well, it sounds like you haven't partaken of
Haven't
the off
partaken yet.
menu
Yeah, I'm
podcast.
still on menu.
Yeah. Well, British comedy is not everybody's initial favorite flavor. So I understand if it's going to take you some time before you embrace it.
Yeah.
But just remember that off menu.
Yeah, off menu. And then
With
you remember
James
my recommendation?
Yes, you recommended a Netflix program. It was called One Piece, an animated series. Oh no, a
Yeah.
live action series based on an animated
Anime cartoon.
anime cartoon, not like a printed magazine with
It may be
cartoon
based on a printed
graphics or
one, and
anything,
before that,
but,
I didn't do
yeah,
the research.
whatever it was. You recommended this new series from Netflix. I have not. I did see some promotion for it, but I still have not watched it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was recommended to me by some of my housemates,
Huh.
some of whom might be watching right now. There are
Welcome
some people watching in the live
Yeah.
stream, and who knows who it could be. But so, and I'm also noticing, interestingly, and I don't know if this was intentional, Sam, we are streaming to Sultan Studios
Oh,
YouTube
little bit
rather
more
than the
power.
Crosspod Wordcast YouTube, which we for my all I'm care
We'll
we
take
should
it.
do both.
We'll
Re-authenticate. We'll
we
do
had
that.
an authentication problem last time we recorded 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks or
Well,
3
that was
ago.
that was on me trying to get on the YouTube.
Yes. Well,
But let's that's fine. We've the links have been sent. People can probably figure it out. And I'm just repping this band here. Maybe you've heard of
you're repping a band on your
on my
shirt.
shirt, the
Let
Plastic
me see.
Cherries.
The Plastic Cherries. I know them. I've heard of them.
Yeah, they're a local band. Maybe
yeah.
that'll be an art section. Maybe
Oh.
let's hold the phone.
Don't spoil it.
So that's our return and report. Nothing to return and report. But let's do the puzzle.
Okay, it's a Thursday. It shouldn't be a big deal. Like I should say, like I think it was last Saturday. I looked at the puzzle. I spent 10 minutes on it, and I couldn't even crack. I couldn't do more than like 2 words. I couldn't put any ink on the page, as it were.
On which one? Which puzzle?
It was like last Saturday or maybe last Friday.
Oh yeah. That was
it was a doozy. I would say, yeah, November 4th. That was a Oh, look at you.
Well, but also you may notice the coloring here. The blue. There was some checkage. That was a hard one. You weren't lying about that. But decrepit. I also had help. There's been some help here.
You live in a community.
I live in a community, and so there's all are welcome to chime in with their knowledge.
Yeah, we should all be so lucky.
Yeah. So okay, so let's do today's though. Thursday, November 9th.
It is the 9th.
By Simon Siegel. Simeon Siegel.
Simeon, maybe.
Oh wow.
Okay, so parentheticals
for our listeners.
Sets of parentheticals.
Yeah, there's double parentheticals on 4 different answers, like parentheticals within parentheticals. Yeah. That's very interesting. Should we jump right to it? I want to do it.
Yeah, it looks like we got kind of a classic nonent, divided into 9 segments. This grid, but we have, and maybe we're going to jump straight into the 4 answers that seem to be related to this parenthetical
Yeah. I'm just going to close the door real quick. I'm realizing
Well, we don't
there's an
want any
open
doors that are
furnace
open
door.
to be there unnecessarily open. If a door is supposed to be closed, it should be closed. That's our policy as a podcast. I think that's been the case since our first episode, and this is already third episode. So ever since our first episode, we said every door that is open that should be closed, and now Daniel's taking care of that matter
I'm in a new
as we speak.
office, so
Oh, you're in a new place?
new office. Who dis? Me.
Yeah. Well, I'd love to hear more about that off the air sometime.
Sure. Off air. I'll get to you
Off
off air.
air. Off air.
All right. So workers of the rear at the rear of some flat boats.
Uh, Workers at the rear of some flat boats, and the answer has something like 9 letters,
Yeah.
and there's 4 parentheses, like 2 openers and 2 closers on either
Yeah.
side.
All right. Well,
All of these have 2 openers and 2 closers for parentheticals.
25 across.
Yeah, it's peculiar.
10 letters.
Yeah.
Result of dropping a tray of coffee drinks.
Okay. And then
okay.
39 across is the whole grid
15
length
letters.
width. That's 15. Go ahead.
Not that shrink! Exclamation mark in quotes.
In quotes with
question
a question mark.
mark.
That's a very nuanced clue. Okay, 51 across then is
Wow.
the final of the 4, and that one has something like 10 letters.
Tally of samples at a geology competition.
Tally of samples at a geology competition with a question mark. All of them have a question mark, but
Yeah.
some of them have quotation marks.
Okay,
so
well, let's go back to one across.
I believe it'll be that 3-letter answer for one across is blank blank blank.
Nora
across.
O'Donnell's network.
I have no idea.
Nor do I.
Nora, do I?
Four across is 5 letters.
That clue. One with many priors, maybe.
One with many priors, maybe. Ex-con.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Pretty good. Should we build down?
On,
4 down.
I gotta
build
turn up the old sound.
Yeah, we'll get a little tic tac. 4 down. And not that I mind the audio, the soundtrack.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
Blank,
yeah,
blank,
maybe.
blank
Okay, look. Let's go for it. Let's turn it back on. How much typing do we do?
Hear what's typing? Yeah.
Yeah.
E blank blank blank. We have for 4 down.
Prosecco alternative familiarly.
What do you think?
Oh,
alternative.
Hey, gondolier is somebody chimed in. We have a comment from the Zelf on the Shelf YouTube.
Okay.
I believe that to be my friend Tanner and gondolier.
Yeah, well, gondolier.
But then he's citing
James. That's from James.
Yeah,
that's from contributor.
But James by way of Zelf, for and in behalf of James.
And now gondolier, what is he suggesting? That 17 across?
Yeah, we may need more. We may need some more details. Yeah.
Workers, gondoliers, Gondilie.
Does that fit?
Gondoliers. Wait, it's like workers, so it's got to be plural.
Gondoliers.
Well, not quite, but it does seem like they are the people who work at the rear of some flat boats. So
yeah,
let's keep gondoliers in mind. Thank you.
Keep that in our back pocket. Keep that
James.
on the rear of our flat pocket
for the account access.
So
let's build off of 4 down. Does that sound familiar to you? The Prosecco alternative familiarly in Italy somewhere? Esti.
Yeah, Esti.
I think that's like a region of Italy where they have.
Or is it Asti?
No, it's an E.
Esti. Okay. Yeah.
But I don't know about the rest of it.
You don't know about the rest of 5 down, X followed by 7 blanks. That
clue is iconic feature of the Who's My Generation.
I believe that to be bass solo.
Bass solo, iconic feature of the Who's. Okay, so you have to kind of sing us what you remember to be the bass solo.
Talking about my generation. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
Okay, so then we have now that's kind of completely undone what we had for 4 across, 1 with many priors, ex-con.
15 across, SA blank blank blank. Like 80%.
Like 80% of the Arabian Peninsula, I'd say that is a desert or arid or barren or empty or
satin.
Yeah, I don't know what I would build. What word would start with an S?
Well, let's continue on. 4 across again. 1 with many priors maybe now is EB blank blank blank.
All right. Nothing there.
Hmm. Well, how about a 20 across? Blank, blank,
Okay.
blank, blank. IS.
That clue. Activity that involves shape shifting.
Um, Tetris.
Tetris. Shape shifting. That's really good,
Yeah.
Daniel.
18 down. Blank R, blank, blank.
The clue. Grow threadbare.
It's like,
It's like erode.
yeah, or like, pr- well, this TS, I don't know, has to have some kind of vowel there. So, well, one down, blank, 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 T blank.
That clue. Sites around Joshua Tree National Park.
I know this because I was there a couple weeks ago.
Tell me more, Daniel.
Yeah, I was on my way to the San Diego burn, Utopia,
Yeah, yeah. And
and
you
we
saw some sites.
stopped in Joshua Tree for
Yeah.
an hour, a couple hours,
All right.
just on the way. You know.
But the job was done. You learned that there was this
Well, I've
thing
been there
to
before,
see.
and I didn't knew there were cacti, and there's tons of there's
Ah, cacti.
cocoa what are they called? Ocotillo.
Mm-hmm.
There's these ocotillo plants that
Okay.
are these like cool cactus or something else. I don't know.
Well, great. Now we have something to build from. That's a foothold for one across
Mm.
C blank blank. And that's Nora
This
O'Donnell's network. It's got to be CBS or
it could be
CNN.
like a CBS. Yeah.
Well, should we do 14 across A blank blank?
Slight situation out here. Just to hold on.
We got a situation, which means that there might have been a technical
There was
concern
a
where
beer spill, but we're all good now. We're
liquid
all
and
in
tech here do
electronics.
not
Yeah.
mix
Yeah.
well.
That's okay. Good thing I got all
So
these
again,
scarves
though,
on hand.
14 across is what we have. A blank blank, and the clue there was NASA's all good. A okay.
A-okay. A-okay. What about CBS? What did we think about that?
We either that or CNN, but CBS looks better than before to me.
Well, two down now, B-O blank E blank.
That clue. Regularly checking the time, maybe.
Well, bored.
Bored. Yeah.
It could be bored. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Well,
then now
yeah.
we're building over to three down. SK blank T blank.
Pass quickly over. Skate over.
Skate over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crafts, maybe? Workers at the rear
Okay.
of some boat.
Workers at the
Craftsman.
rear of some float
Aft is the rear of a
aft.
boat.
Aft.
Rafts
Rafts.
is
They're really
is
making us think
boats.
on this one. What about 24 across? We have only one letter left. Should we play the true clue game?
We should do it. IDE blank.
IDE blank.
That could be blank of March. The
Oh,
Caesar's,
Ides. The
yeah.
Ides
Caesar,
of
yada, yada,
March.
yada.
Yeah, it could be that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Now we have from the comment section here in the gallery, we have Twitch saying your live troops, but when I click on stream, it says offline. Oh no, GS
I don't know. I do
9391.
remember GS from back in the day when we were pretty
So
active.
something's
I
going
seem to
on with
recall.
Twitch. Maybe they can go over to visit us on YouTube if Twitch isn't working.
Yeah, on the Salton Studios
Now we have
YouTube.
IDE blank, and I thought maybe the clue would be something like concept.
Idea could be that,
Yes.
but it's true clue, the very blank. There you go, David.
Very
The
idea.
very
The
idea.
very idea.
Yeah.
Now we've built out FRA blank for 18 down, which we've already
Also,
looked
true
at.
clue opportunity.
But we
Oh,
already
did
looked at
we?
grow threadbare, which is now we know that's got to be
Fray.
fray.
Yeah.
Now
28
we have
across.
Y blank, O blank for 28 across.
Michelle of everything, all, everywhere, all at once.
Well, that's Michelle Yeoh, Academy Award winner and Bond, former Bond. Oh, we have from the comment section again here. Hey, boys, stream working on YouTube just fine. Hey,
And it's another GS. So
good to have you here, GS.
it must be Gerard Saperstein.
Gerard Saperstein.
For
Welcome,
GS, yeah.
Gerard, and thanks for joining us on the YouTube thread. Sorry
Once
that
again,
Twitch was offline.
twitching.
Building from Michelle Yeoh, we have the H there, blank H blank blank.
For 26 down. Excellent in dated slang. That's excellent in dated slang. It's like
Dated slang.
shit.
Unlikely.
Unlikely. No,
Yeah,
Will
Will
Shorts
Shorts doesn't
wouldn't
put the
stand
swear
for it.
words.
Will Shits.
Well, what about 30? Well, let's do 34 across. Perhaps we can build a blank L blank blank out of what we have.
Two-handed gesture for 34 cross.
Clap.
Two clap or yeah, clap. That's
Clasp.
a gest. It's a
It's a
gesture.
gesture.
It is a gesture. Sure. Well,
Sure.
35 down. P blank blank.
We have the clue academics credential. That's got to be PhD.
PhD. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
Not
PhD.
PHP.
PhD. Yeah.
That's a
Oh,
different.
and yes, yes, we have been doing well. Welcome back. Good to
Yep.
have you in the
If you
audience
missed
once
us
again.
last week, David is a double daddy now. So,
Yeah, the news from our
congrats.
last episode back, episode 81, because today's episode 82, I believe. But last episode, we revealed that I've had a second child.
Yeah.
And the reason we're back recording is because that child is old enough for the disruption to be kind of settled,
Yeah.
and we're back.
We're back, baby. Oh, we have 6 people watching. That's
Mm,
tremendous. What a great group of peeps. Give
yes,
us, give us more. Don't Google anything, but if
don't.
you
Nope,
have
of course
knowledge,
not.
if you
Yes,
have the knowledge,
if it's
if
built
you
in.
rock it into the comments.
Yes.
Rocket ship.
Now,
Okay, here we
what
go.
26 down is where we are. What with a blank HAD, a
Yeah,
blank HA blank. Excuse me.
excellent in dated slang.
Oh, weird. Look at that.
Chap, char, David.
No, I don't think any of those is the right answer. Let's
44
build off what
cross.
we have up above. Maybe it's
Okay,
6 down,
yeah,
7 down,
yeah.
8 down.
Well, okay, 6 down. Blank blank M. We saw
That clue.
this. Oh, I saw it.
Seat in Parliament.
That's
Seat.
that's got to be like arse or something, right? Or like
Yeah.
okay, 7 down. Blank blank E blank blank. That clue.
Yeah. That clue is Scott, who wrote quote the Black Pearl.
The Black Pearl. I don't know that. Yeah. Curse of the.
Scott. The Ridley. There's Ridley.
Yeah, Ridley.
There's
No, I doubt
Tony.
that.
There's Scott Adams. Hmm.
There's Scott Kahn.
There is Scott Kahn. Yeah. Yeah. James had that son.
Yeah.
Now we have 8 down. We have blank blank N blank 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 for 8 down.
Bad listening ability. Bad listening ability.
Yeah, like tin ear.
Tin
Someone who has a
ear,
bad ear
David.
is a tin
Yeah,
ear.
yeah. I like it. R blank 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 for 30
Yeah.
across.
And that clue is cousins of cassowaries.
Do you know what cassowary is?
I don't know. It's like
I've heard
a
that.
bird nest or something.
Maybe. That doesn't sound wrong.
What about 21 across? Have we looked at 21 across blank E blank blank?
Musical horn. That's capital HORNE. So like a Lena horn.
Lena.
Is
that a thing?
That's a name I know.
Lena Horn?
That fits. But I think that's an act. I think she was an actor
Lena.
she's like a classic actor.
Okay.
How about now with newly armed with our craftsman
Yes.
knowledge
Because we just
from
filled that
17
out.
across.
Craftsman for 17. That was the workers at the rear of some flatboats, and it's aft raft craftsman.
Well, aft rafts craftsman.
Yeah, aft raft craftsman. So here we have again the parentheticals are a little different this time. It's blank blank open again, a blank blank close parentheses blank close parentheses again, and then blank.
And the clue for 25 across is result of dropping a tray of coffee drinks. Okay, so I think if we go off of what 17 across has done, so somewhere in there, rear of some flat boats is aft, and then some boats is rafts, and then
so the rear is aft, and some flatboats is
okay. So 25 across. Result of dropping a tray of coffee drinks. So like maybe coffee drinks might be in the middle or something like that, or tray. Spill. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know. What about 21 cross? We already looked at that. What about 7? Did we look at 7 down?
Let's look at 7 down. Blank, blank, E, blank,
looked at
blank.
that.
Scott,
Yeah,
who wrote the Black Pearl. Okay. Well, what if we come to this 44 across? D blank blank blank.
We just received here from the chat thread, and I hope that this person didn't Google anything, but
No, no,
but
no, no,
James
no. I know
Lyons
James Lyons and he would
says
not Google it.
cassowary is an Australian bird like a dinosaur.
Okay.
So
So
let's circle back to
what number was
cassowary.
that?
That's
Where was that?
30 across cousins of cassowaries.
So
R and then
some kind
four
of bird,
blanks.
some
Okay,
kind
so
of bird, dinosaur like
uh,
bird.
cousins of cassowaries, the
Okay.
Australian bird like a dinosaur. Okay,
All right. Well, let's still I want to do 44 across. D blank blank blank.
that clue. Last bit. That might be what
The last bit. Dreg.
dreg. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah, the
41
dreg.
down. Blank R blank blank.
The clue. Cleveland abuts it.
Yeah, it does. Cleveland abuts it. Like an
Erie,
Erie, like the Erie Canal or
Lake
the
Erie,
Erie Lake Erie. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It does
Uh,
it. Does Cleveland, Ohio, abut a lake called Erie?
according to this, I heard it.
Okay,
It must be true.
so you have 49 across there. I blank blank blank.
Ah, I see.
I do finally.
Okay, 50 down. E blank blank blank.
That clue. One-on-one Olympic event.
Oh, I think that's
Epee.
epee, which is
Crosswordese for
yeah,
anyone needing some
yeah,
translation.
yeah. But that's for sword fighting. The
Yeah,
little
what, nine
foil, like fighting with
down?
a foil. 9 down
All
is
of a
like
sudden, I think
8
we should look
blanks
at
followed
nine
by a
down.
GE.
And that clue, one running for Congress.
One running for Congress. Something
It's tricky. What do you think?
pledge or
Yeah.
edge
What
or
about what should we do?
yeah.
42 down, or
Yeah, no,
where
I'm
should
not
we go
opposed to
from
that.
here?
Yeah,
Okay.
42 down, blank ES, blank, 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 blank.
That clue, indication to stop playing, perhaps. Rest note.
Rest note, David. Look at
Stop
that.
playing the piano, as it were.
Yeah.
Not playing
You
a
know,
sport in this case.
it's an interesting, we talk about our when we've had guests on, we ask them to talk about their like areas of expertise or like their
Yes.
areas of knowledge.
Right. We
And
do
it's
ask
interesting because I feel like you have a more robust classical music knowledge because of your experience playing piano and taking
maybe
piano
so. Maybe so.
lessons.
I did lean on that knowledge to get rest note.
Yeah, and it's like I've heard of that, but I never got to the point in my musicking through sheet music to like really grok that.
Well, it's good to know the basics of music. What do they call it? Music theory and
Yeah.
stuff, I guess.
I'm curious to look at this one now that we kind of have a little idea of this system and how it's working. 39 across has 5 blanks and then the first parenthetical O, then another parenthesis blank
Yeah.
HE, then in close parentheses R, close parentheses 5 more blanks. Not that shrink.
Yeah. With a quote with a question mark at the end. It's got to be other. So, like the word the and then other is in there. The other shrink is going to be like the
okay, so let's go back to 17
therapist APIST. Yeah.
So the first word in something psychotherapist.
Psychotherapist. Psycho the other therapist.
Craft. Yeah, so it's shrink is psychotherapist.
Yes.
That is other. Yeah. And then
the
the
other.
No, the is that, and
the other therapist, not that therapist.
Other, not other.
So
okay.
Raftsman, and then the other psychotherapist.
Yeah.
And so it's all built. It's all a phrase that
workers is craftsman.
Right.
That's the word overall.
Right.
So if we go down to, or we go back to 25 across, S blank blank A blanks. Result of dropping a tray of coffee drinks. So coffee drinks or result.
Result is going to be the whole word.
Not necessarily, because craftsmen, workers.
Uh-huh.
But then shrink is at the end of this one, and it's the
Fair
whole thing,
enough. Then we
psychotherapist.
can't just find a pattern there.
Well,
Well,
but if we
what
think
should we
of maybe
do?
coffee drinks has to be either the four
Americanos,
Americanos or like
lattes. How about latte? That's in there in the inside.
okay,
Latte. What else can be in
LATTE.
there?
And so then result of dropping a tray,
Splatter.
bladder.
Platter. Latte platter splatter.
So
uh
result, no, coffee
splattering. Splatter.
result of dropping a tray of coffee drinks. The whole thing
Splattered.
is
Latte
splattered,
platter splattered.
splattered.
Pretty good,
Okay, great.
Daniel. Should
Well,
we
so we
confirm
look
that? Should we build it? Should
51
we say
across
like up
now.
and down? Oh, 51
No, I
across.
feel good
We're
about it. I
going to
want
the
to do
next
the last one.
themed answer.
Yeah,
Yep. We have a bunch of blanks, something
eight
like 8 blanks, and then the
eight
letters
blanks.
ET.
Phone home. Tally of samples at a geology competition.
Tally, count
Uh,
samples, set.
Samples at a geology competition.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't know. We're
Okay.
gonna have to build on what we've got from before. Where
We
should
can
we
do it.
go if we don't know? What do we like? 7 down? Do we like
60 across
27
and blank
down? Yeah, that's
E
good.
blank blank blank.
That clue: pigment akin to ochre or umber.
Ooh, where's my artists at in the thread? I know there's some
Come
artists
on,
watching.
artists. We got a couple different artists. I know we have Zelf, and
Yeah.
on the shelf has paint,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, no.
It's heavy paint needs a place to be stored.
Well, let's 54 across. P blank blank blank.
That clue: salt and pepper or peanut butter and jelly.
Salt and pepper.
Pear.
It's a pear, indeed,
It's a pear.
David.
Classic pear.
Classic pear. CP.
Well, from there we go to 64. Now this is connected to the theme.
This is the theme.
64 across has something like 9 letters in its answer. Blank 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 O blank E blank blank blank.
Thoroughly, or how to read the 4 across answers with parentheses in this puzzle. Inside out, or like how to read the 4 across answers.
Yeah, they're like it's like answer within an answer. It's like okay, so
the other therapist, not that shrink. The other therapist.
So it's like
latte platter splattered. Result
yeah.
of dropping a crate of drinks. Latte platter splattered.
It's like from within to
rafts, craftsmen.
Yeah.
Workers at the rear of some fast boats. Tally of samples at a geology competition. Set. Or what would be a word for tally?
I feel like set's going to be at the end there.
Oh, okay.
3
down.
Well, what let's build to it. Let's just see what we got. What should we have a 40 down? That's just 4 letters. C blank blank blank.
Yeah, that is toast.
Char. Daniel. Char.
Yeah. Char.
What about what 31 down, 30? Should we do all that
that easy. Let's low hang that fruit. Yes. 31 down, blank P blank.
That clue: org with grants for asbestos removal. That's the EPA.
EPA
must be Environmental Protection Agency. They got to
32 from ourselves, really.
Then we have 32 down. Blank S blank.
Doubly hyphenated fig.
What? Figure for short.
Yeah, abbreviated.
Double SSN. That has 2 hyphens.
Social security
number. Because it's And
now a true clue is in order. 31
we have a
across.
True clue game here for 31 across ES blank.
Yeah,
we don't know the answer. We haven't looked at the clue.
We'll invite you if you're in the comments. If you're sliding into the comments.
Yeah.
Give us your own true clue and do it fast because we'll move on. ES blank. Well, it could be. The ability to read minds.
Oh, ESP, extra sensory perception.
Yeah, perception.
I was gonna say an abbreviation for when Spanish is your first language, but you're coming to America.
Yes. L. English as a
Yes.
second language,
Yes.
David. Yeah.
Yes,
GS in the
indeed.
comments says psychic ability, ESP. Yes, much like my clue. But the
Okay.
truest clue of them all in 31 across is
ES blank.
keyboard key not found on
It's an
smartphones.
abbreviation
That's
for
an
escape.
escape.
ESC.
Yeah. Well,
Should have seen
30.
that coming. It's a pretty
Yeah. If you
typical.
had ESP, you would have seen that coming, but I just had
Yes.
ESC.
Yes.
Yeah, you may not have it. You don't pay for the premium subscription. 33 down, CY followed by 7 blanks.
That clue is huge.
Huge. That's like
Mm,
Saito,
I got nothing. Should we work on 43 across? That seems
Sai,
like it's going to be
yeah,
easy.
AN blank H blank.
That clue. Dried version of the almost ripe poblano.
Well, that must be an ancho, right? Ancho
What?
chilies.
I don't know what you're talking
You haven't heard
about.
of ancho chilies?
Never. I believe you.
Yeah,
Concho means
yeah,
what? Wide in Spanish?
yeah,
And so it's a wide chili.
yeah. But the dried version of an almost ripe chili.
Yes. Okay, now
Ancho
what? Down to
chilies. Yeah, yeah.
46 across, perhaps.
Well, did any, but now that we have CYC for 33 down,
I got
huge.
nothing.
Cycle,
Psycho.
cycloptic,
Does that mean
no,
huge? Let's
no,
look
it
at
doesn't.
46 across now. We got blank A, blank D, blank.
A slosh against as the shore.
Hmm.
Um, probably a consonant there, so probably like I don't
I don't
know.
know.
Well,
What about 29 down? Have we even looked at the clue
yeah.
for we have ECHO and then there's 6 blanks after that.
Special effects devices at a rock concert.
Echo
Echo chamber. Echo
special
location.
effects.
Echo. Hmm.
Each. Okay, we don't
I don't know.
we kind of we don't have any good footholds for the bottom left hand corner right now. What should we do?
What's
What,
bottom? We
53
have
down,
bottom middle.
67 across. We have blank 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 T blank.
My blank medieval term of address.
My
My
liege comes
my
to mind.
liege, my lord, my
Yeah,
liege.
rest note might be wrong. Could be
Okay,
pedal.
well, could
We
be
have GS in the threads says pedals.
for what? Echo
Uh,
pedals.
what were we at?
Special effects
Echo.
devices at a rock concert.
Oh, echo
Yes.
pedals. Yeah, you got
Yeah.
yourself your wah wah like a
Mm-hmm.
guitarist
Yeah.
pedal things. Yeah.
Yeah, indeed.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you,
47
GS.
down. D blank blank.
Former Arkansas Governor Hutchinson.
Isn't that? Oh, I don't know where that D actually came
Oh,
from.
let's go. 3 blanks.
But that's Asa Hutchinson, pretty sure.
Asa, like Butterfield.
Asa Butterfield. Yeah. It,
Lap at.
yeah.
So
Ender's
we're
Game,
revisiting 46
right?
across blank A blank.
Ender.
Slosh against is the clue. As the
Didn't Asa
shore.
Butterfield play Ender
Asa
in Ender's
Butterfield
Game?
was butter. Yeah, it was Ender butter in Ender's Game. Asa Butterfield has gone on to have a career. I think he's in something right now.
Fascinating. Okay. Japan with slosh against is the shore. Lap
Yeah,
at.
it's lap at. Yeah, because
Okay.
So now we have more to go off of, but we still don't know much more. What about 59 across? D A blank blank for
Sure.
59 across.
Party game choice. Dare. Truth or?
There, because it's not truth in this
Yep.
case.
53 down. SE blank blank blank.
That clue. Start of a counting rhyme.
Start of a counting rhyme. 7? I don't know.
7.
That's a count. So that's a number. Set me.
What about
how
48 down? T
precisely.
blank R blank blank blank.
Delight.
Delight.
Delight. Delight. Okay. Well, tally of samples at a geology competition.
From the thread, the comment thread, we have Eenie.
Yeah. Oh, where did the S even come from? That's because you said set.
So 53 down again was start of accounting. Eenie, meenie, miny, mo.
Yeah,
Eenie.
that's
Thank
what
you,
that is.
GS. GS is our friend from the South, the American South.
No, I think that was
we have more than one listener.
No, well, there was Barry in Alabama who
From
liked to chime in
Alabama, of
and send us
course,
an
and
email and
yes,
said,
somewhere
yeah,
in the
yeah, I don't know,
other part of the United States, somewhere else.
maybe or maybe not from the United States. I mean, you can let us know, GS golf
Yeah, maybe he was
specialist.
like in Estonia or something. Do you remember there was some European
It could
listener we
be.
had? GS,
Yeah,
you'll have to remind us where
yeah.
where
If you
you're
want,
listening from.
don't feel
So we
feel
have
obligated.
okay. The end of 51 across ends in EET.
Yeah.
I'm your friend from Scotland. That's right, from Scotland.
Oh, I feel like, oh, well, no, you probably, we were talking about grokking earlier.
I don't think that has anything to do with Scottish
No, no, no,
language.
no. But Scots say Ken.
Oh,
I
they do say
think
Ken. Yeah, and that
more,
comes up in the podcast in the
it's a
crossword a
little
lot. The Ken.
crosswordies
Yeah, yeah.
sometimes. Yeah. Like to get a thing, to Ken it.
Okay, so now
Um,
I'm looking at the 33 down and the
could it
51
be
across.
sheet?
Yeah, but it
Tally of
looks like
samples
it's
at a
going to be
geology competition.
an ore. Like ore is geology related, so it's going to be ORE in there in the inner parenthetical, and then something else. The score sheet. So the ore core score sheet
Score sheet is
is
the tally of samples
yeah
at a geology
yeah
competition.
the ore
Or cores
cores score
score
sheet.
sheet.
Pretty fun.
Fun. Okay. THR blank 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 now for delight.
That's the clue.
Thrill.
Delight. Yeah, thrill. Right. Good job.
Okay.
Okay, what should we do? 67 across.
I
Li
feel
blank
like maybe
T
my
blank.
liege might be right, David, because we have LI blank
Rest
blank. Yeah.
note. So what else could it be? Rest something.
Rest.
So we have rest. The clue again. We have rest blank blank g blank.
RESPECT, David, is what the woman said.
Rest. No. Rest blank blank g blank.
REST blank blank G. Find out what it means. One more
And
blank.
the clue there was indication to stop playing down snogs. James Lyons. Yeah. 51 down. Look at jumping
Jumping
way
around.
ahead,
S blank
listener
blank 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 makes out in Britain. Yeah.
in Britain.
Snogs
Snogs
is
makes out.
Snogs is
Yeah,
right.
snogs.
Okay.
We
We're gonna fly along. I'm gonna push this along here because we only have 8 minutes
yeah,
left. Oh no,
we
no.
gotta
Oh,
blitz through
sorry,
this
sorry,
puzzle.
sorry. We have 13 minutes.
Okay,
13
52
minutes.
down though. Let's look at it. Let's we got 52 down. C when 4 blanks after that.
Blank pants.
Quarter
Camo pants.
no, I don't like that.
58
What
across.
about 60? Oh, I was gonna
Oh,
say, yeah, 58 across. Blank and blank blank.
it's rarely taken at night. A nap. You don't take a nap at night.
No one takes a
No,
nap at night.
no.
No one. Cyclopath.
Cyclopedia.
Huge.
Huge.
Cyclo. Okay, 62 across is O blank 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 A.
Love of Charles Foster Kane in Citizen Kane.
Hmm. I know
I
that
don't
he
know.
liked a sled.
Oh, Fenspen.
Oh,
Hey.
we
Oh,
got an
hi,
old timer
Fenspen.
here.
Uh-huh.
Fenspen, welcome. Cargo is is
Cargo
52
pants.
cargo pants. It's the type of pants. It's
Yeah.
fair enough.
Oh, but look at this
So
now.
now we got double G blank blank L for 66 across. What's going on?
Coveted cup. Isn't
That's
it the
the G,
Grail?
the Grail, the Holy Grail. So
Sorry,
cargo
Fen.
pants. That was James Lyons that said cargo,
No,
not
Fenspen
Fenspen.
said cargo, and then James Lyons
Oh,
said cargo.
is that what we got?
Well, Fen's on the Twitch, and James is on the YouTube, so
Well,
they're each not seeing each
I
other.
didn't get any cargo. Oh, I did see that from cargo. Okay.
Okay,
So now we
but
have
either way,
what?
you're both wrong. Thank
Yeah.
you. Keep
Sorry.
them coming.
69 across now. Why don't we look at the bottom of the bottom corner? It's a
Which
S
number?
blank 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 S 69 across.
69. Finks is the is the clue. Finks,
Yeah, fink. A fink is like a rat.
like a
I
rat,
think.
like a. Oh, he says no video on Twitch, by the way. Producer
Uh-oh.
Sam, maybe you could look into that. If you switch over Fenspen to that's sweet that you're
YouTube.
listening on Twitch to us. If you go to the YouTube, we didn't verify whatever our Crosspod YouTube, but if you go to the Salton 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 Studios YouTube,
On YouTube. Yeah,
we
we're
are
live
live
streaming
and you
there.
can see
Yeah.
us. Okay. Finks.
We don't know.
Okay.
Well, what about 63 down? Blank I blank.
That's fix unfairly. I bet that'd be rig.
Rig.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rig.
Also, from Tanner Gilliland's YouTube, he says Capri. And that's for Ash. So for and in behalf of Ash, he submits Capri, I think, as the answer to the question.
52
Blank
down.
pants.
Capri pants. That's
Capri
the
pants.
Capri pants. Those are
Yeah.
the pedal pushers, the short. Yeah,
Yeah.
Capri. Good job. Thank you.
Ash.
Thank you, Tanner
Thank
Tanner
you.
Zelf, and
Ta-
thank you, Eisling. We have a new visitor here at the thread of
Oh, yeah.
comments.
No,
Eisling.
I do recognize Aisling.
Aisling,
I do
excuse me.
recognize Aisling from I think before. I mean, anybody who's joining us is probably subscribed to our YouTube, which means they've probably seen us before.
Fair enough. Yeah, there's
So
no
we've
new
seen them,
listeners. Yeah,
and
we're
we've
the
seen,
same. We've got the same crowd.
yeah.
And then yeah, Aisling has a good point that 62 across has got to be opera. And now that I didn't know this, I don't remember this, but Charles Foster Kane must have loved opera.
Yeah. Thinks, sings, as in like rats, as in like
rats.
tells a tale.
Yeah, it tells
You
a tale.
know,
Now we've finished Cyclopean.
we are definitely going to have to look.
Cyclopean.
Cyclopean. But is a Cyclops known to be a big thing? Isn't it?
I thought they
Cyclops
just
is
had
like a
one
single eye.
But they are also big. It's a giant with one eye.
Okay.
In at least in the fairy
Do you think
tales.
like etymologically that has to do with
No, it means one eye. We can look it up. We'll look it up.
We'll look it up in our
You better believe we're
etymological
going to look it up.
pass.
What about
EP.
70 across now? Now that we've finished the bottom left hand corner, let's look at the middle left hand bottom. 70 across. LE blank blank blank.
Has a bias. Leans.
Hey, loose.
He's leaning.
Hey, loose. You okay? It looks like Bill Pullman's leaning.
Nope.
Now we have a True Clue game. Are you ready for that?
No, I saw it.
No,
I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I saw
Okay.
that it was there, but I didn't see it. Blank EA for 65 down.
I'm going to say gossip
T
slang. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say like a beautiful little spot to have a picnic. Maybe
a place, a little valley,
little green,
little Lee is what you're
open.
looking at. 65
yeah.
across. The True Clue for 65 down is with blank EA
with 45 across.
65
Northwest
down.
Airport in brief. SeaTac.
SeaTac Astronomy.
SeaTac Astronomy, David.
Do you know what that is?
Of course I do.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I fucking do. That's
sneakers?
One of my, when I teach my kids the film class that I teach, I make them say their favorite movies, and consistently I say sneakers. No more secrets, David.
No more secrets. SeaTac Astronomy.
Okay.
Too many secrets.
Too many secrets.
Okay. Well, now we have some interesting footholds here.
We have 2 minutes and 20 seconds, David.
Down. Let's blitz.
Oh, I'm just kidding. I keep thinking we're going to say 40 minutes, but we're saying
no
45.
more True Clue game though. Let's still blitz through. We have 42 down. REST blank blank GN.
Yeah, rest sign probably.
Okay, that's instead of the rest note.
Yes. Thoroughly, or how to read the 4 answers across with parentheses in this puzzle in sequence. In
60 across is S blank E blank 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 for 60 across.
Pigment akin to ochre or umber. Sienna.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Double N. 55 and 6 and 7 down. We have from James Lyons saying for 56 down. IN blank 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 is the answer.
Urn. Store in ashes. In
urn. Store as ashes.
In urn. And that's from Kiri. Thank you, Kiri.
Stretch. Okay.
Inside out.
Says inside out. We go
for thoroughly. Yeah. I know this puzzle inside out.
I know, yeah.
Oh, we didn't even see the full moon period of the Roman
on the Roman lunar calendar.
Ides of March.
Okay, now we have
that was in yesterday's puzzle.
57 down. You did Ides for a True Clue solution that wasn't.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. Yeah.
No, for 24 across, I think.
Oh,
okay, so 55 down. ANO blank blank.
Part of some cells. I think we should get a point if you clue something that comes in later.
Yeah, fair enough.
If you true clue something, thank you.
Maybe 2 points.
2 points. Add it to my
ANO blank blank. I think that part of some cells is anode.
Okay.
Part of some battery cells.
Battery cells. Yeah. No time for true clues here. RAT blank blank. Follower of G or X.
G rating. Rated. X rated.
Yeah. It gives us Dre.
Dre and end. 68 across DRE. TV, yeah,
Appropriate answer for this.
blackish.
That's cute. Yeah, and then 71 across. The very last across answer is appropriate answer for this spot in the puzzle. End. That's cute.
And
Okay.
yeah, it's a very good place to
Back
end.
to maybe 37 down. Blank SE.
No true clue time. It's the clue
Surveillance
surveillance org. That's NSA. TAC
NS
astronomy. If we can, please. TAC. And then we have 38 down. Blank TC.
Shortening used for shortening,
Etc.
That's
Etc.
cute.
Etc.
Okay,
Etc.
blank,
As
blank, blank,
the man
NE.
in
Shrunken
Thailand said.
snack item.
A shrunken snack item.
Like a mini Oreo or something, or like
I don't know. What about 27 down? Blank E blank blank P.
surname at the OK Corral.
Erp.
That's Erp.
Erp.
Shrunken snack item. Prone. What's that? That's like a. There's something. 9 down. Blank 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 T. Blank blank AGE.
And that clue was one running for Congress. I don't know. 30 across. R.
I bet it's like a
blank
something page.
Okay. R blank blank A blank for 30 across.
Prune. Shrunken snack item.
Snack item. Prune.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. 30 across. R blank blank A blank. Cousin of cassowaries. Yeah. Cousins of cassowaries. That might be an S then.
Yeah, it is prune. Thank you, GS and James. Now we have blank 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 R SUIT for
confidence boosting corporate attire. That's a power suit.
Power suit. Yeah, we know.
Power suit.
Yeah.
23 across. E blank blank.
That clue. Squeeze out.
It's eke out.
Eke out, sure. And then we have 12 down. Blank 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 KE.
How most stormtroopers look in Star Wars.
What do they look like? Broke? Awoke?
Oh,
I don't know. 13. How about 13? This is going to be tough, but blank, 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 ED.
Having wrinkles.
Aged? No.
Faded? Having wrinkles. Okay. 9 across. Blank, blank, P, blank, blank.
That clue. Leaf-like plant part. Leaf-like plant part.
I don't know. 16 across. Blank, blank, O, blank, blank.
That clue. Spoiler alert. It's bacteria.
Spoiler alert.
E. coli.
E. coli.
Is that a thing?
Spoiler alert.
I don't know why. That would be right.
Let's try 19 across, and then we'll go blank, blank, W, blank, blank.
That clue. Kind of situation that's hopeless.
That's a no win.
No win.
So 9, 10 down, blank CO.
That clue. Prefix with side. So
ecocide.
Yeah, ecocide to kill a whole.
Oh, how most stormtroopers look alike.
They do.
Having wrinkles.
Lined. Yep.
Oh, 9 across. Leaf-like plant part. Petal.
There's another word. What is it? It's like C.
9 down now. Something page.
Senate
page. Sepal.
Yes.
That sounds like a thing. We can look that up in our EP.
Yes.
Blank E, blank A, musical horn. I don't know. Lena might be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cousins of cassowaries. Rias, maybe? Like an
yeah,
H?
because 22 is nth
unspecified ordinal. Nth degree. Blank ELL for 7 down.
7 down. That clue. Scott, who wrote the Black Pearl, we don't know. Scott Odell. Scott
Smell.
Scott something.
Blank blank M. Seat in Parliament. Bum maybe. I don't know.
That's silly. Okay, now we have what? 15 across. SAU blank I.
Saudi. Like 80% of the Arabian. Okay.
Yeah, because the Omani and Yemeni sections are not Saudi.
Okay, so 4 across then. One with many priors maybe.
Ebat. Because it's Odell. It's got to be Odell. Ebot.
Yeah, just about, but not there. Okay, that was the last clue, but it's wrong. Okay, what's wrong?
SD. It's an A. It's an Abbott.
Didn't I say that earlier?
You did. I'm sorry, Daniel.
My
head was somewhere. You heard it just now? Yeah. Abbott from GS.
No, I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it. I just know it.
One with many
Okay.
priors is an abbot. An abbot. Oh, a
The
priory is like a.
church, yeah,
It's like
priors,
a.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, churchy thingy.
Great
Great job,
job, troops.
troops.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you,
indeed.
GS. Couldn't have done it without him, really, or
Yeah.
without this individual GS.
Well, let's go to
Etymological pass
our
right off the
etymological
bat.
pass here. Yeah. Well,
Got to look
let's
up
go
some
to
words. We didn't
etym
understand some of the terms that were in the clues, or or the answers. We look up our etymologies on
and or has
etymonline.com.
been on the art section before though too, so we shouldn't forget
And
about that.
or yes,
Seeple.
the character from the Star Wars universe, Andor, and you hope he visited the moon Endor at some point in his
Yeah.
long
One hopes.
career, short
Sepal.
short career.
In botany,
Seeple.
sepal. You feel good about sepal?
I feel like
Here's
I
the
heard
church and here's
Seaple.
the sepal. In
Yeah,
botany,
yeah,
leaf of the calyx,
yeah.
1821, from French sepal, from
Uh-huh.
modern Latin sepalum, coined from Latin separata, separate, distinct, petalum.
It's separate petal, so
Sepal, sepal,
it's like a
sepal,
well, it's what they call
portmanteau.
portmanteau word, yeah,
Yeah,
between separate and petal
or just
in
like a,
Latin.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. What else? Sienna,
Cool.
David, do you want to see what the color? Oh, hold on. You want to see what
Oh,
the
let's
color
find out
sienna
about
looks
sienna.
like?
Yeah, like
Sienna
why
color.
Sienna? Why is that color a color?
Yeah.
And what does Edom Online have to say about sienna?
Oh, that's a good question for Edom
Sienna, I feel
Online.
like I knew people named Sienna at a period of my life, but no one gets named that anymore.
Brownish ochre color by the 1760 Terra Siena, from Italian Terra de Siena, from Earth of Siena. It's a region in Italy where the coloring material was first produced from a type of earth mined there.
Okay,
Siena.
great.
Yeah. Okay. Well, see Siena with one N. City in central Italy. So the double N is probably like a anglicization
Okay.
of that. Yeah, the English and the and other all the other European countries like to have their own words for all of the cities and places uh, around there. Okay, what else? Psychotherapist, ancho, David, ancho chilies.
Right. Is it
You,
wide?
yeah,
What is the wideness or width factor when it comes to the etymology of ancho?
ancho chilies, capsicum manum, are mild chilies that measure 500 to 1500 Scoville heat units. This pepper is also referred to as chili ancho, ancho chili, and ancho pepper. Known as poblano chilies when they are fresh, this mild chili is native to the Mexican state of Puebla. Yeah. I had no idea that anchos were dried poblanos, but that's good to know. One of the other housemates here only eats poblano chilies. Yeah, she won't touch.
Only
She or
no
poblano
other
peppers.
foods.
She won't touch any other peppers. Green
Oh, okay.
peppers, red peppers. Get the fuck out. So that's all we get
Chili
to cook with.
ghost chili
Poblanos.
peppers. Yeah, poblano.
Well,
Okay.
maybe a ghost chili. I don't know, but no other none of those peppers.
Do the
You know,
Scoville units come up
do they come up? What do you mean?
in conversation with this
Oh,
information?
no, I don't think that's the. It's more of a flavor profile sort of thing. Okay,
It's
well
an
let's.
A there. I don't know how it got reverted to an E. Asti. It's the
Oh
region.
yeah, that's just. Wait, is it? That's funny. It's like broken. Well,
That's okay.
anything else? Rias, the cousins of
Yeah.
cassowaries. Let's
That's what it's like
see
Greek
those.
or something, right? It's
Uh,
what did we learn?
well, first let's look at a cassowary and see what that
It's
looks
an
like.
Australian bird,
Oh
like
wow,
an
looks
emu.
like an ostrich emu.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a big tall turkey.
Okay.
Okay, and then what was the other one we were?
Rhea, Rhaea. Sorry, bird. Yeah,
Yeah,
Rhea bird. Okay, bird. Yeah.
yeah, it looks a lot like a
Not
cassowary.
an emu nor an ostrich.
Large flightless birds,
South
gray brown
America.
plumage, long legs and long necks, similar to an ostrich. Okay. Well, let's see then. Nope, wrong way there. Let's go here. Liege, leans. This was from a show, Blackish, TV Dad on Blackish, Dre. I
I
don't.
believe it. Yeah, that's fine. What about any other words that we didn't know? What do you look at? What do you got? What do you got?
No, I'm pretty. Well,
Second,
maybe
prune.
prune.
Prune is a funny word.
Yeah,
Like why why
let's add
why
them online. That.
plum to prune? What kind of dried fruits do you tend to eat, Daniel?
I like a dried apricot.
Sure, I eat those on a regular basis. Raisins? Any dried grapes for you?
Oh, sure. I'll get down on some dried grapes.
It does seem like a strange word, like etymologically speaking. It's curious to know that like some things are just dried fruit of the name of the original fruit, and some things develop their own new name.
So prune of the plum, also a dried plum, in place of prune hill from Old French prawn, plum.
So it's like the
Okay,
French word for or Latin word for plum is
yeah,
prune.
pruna, feminine singular form of Latin pruna, neuter of prunum, a plum. Yeah, okay, from the Greek pronum, promnon, from prom plum tree, word like the tree itself.
That's wild to me. Incidentally, prune juice is there in from 1807, and prune juice is going to be part of my art section a little bit.
Fascinating. Okay, well, pruning of the prunion, that's a whole different prune.
Yeah,
For to prune something, the
to
verb.
prune the verb to like prune a tree, right? Like
Yeah.
to trim.
Well,
Okay, anything
I
else?
feel pretty
Lap
good on the. Oh
at
well, Lena Horne, we
Grail,
ought to know.
Lena Horne. Let's look her up.
Yeah, Lena.
Sienna Inside
Oh,
Out.
here we go. Lena
Grail,
Horne.
is that a word you want to look up? The Grail. Lena Horne, American singer and actress. One for my baby and one more for the road.
Well, that's interesting because what was it? Musical Horn. Okay, because she was a singer.
Mm.
Okay, great.
Okay,
Cora
what
Catherine
about
Calhoun Horn.
dreg? The word dreg. Do you have
Oh, sure.
the Edom
Let's try that.
online? Dregs of society is when that word usually comes up. But the dregs is like the very bottom of your wine bottle or something at the dregs, right?
Yeah. So
Drag.
the sediment of liquors, foreign matter from that subsides at the bottom of a vessel containing liquors. From Old Norse drag, sediment, from Proto-Germanic drag,
Mm.
source of Old German grape skins, from Proto-Indo-European to her, to make muddy. Replaced Old English cognate dressed, dregs, lees. Figurative use for useless residue, the most worthless part of anything, is from 1530s. Okay, so to make muddy, it's like the dregs. It's like yeah. Okay,
Mm.
great. Well, here's to the dregs.
That must be everything. Yeah, I'm down to the bottom of my cup as well, my water cup.
Let's switch to our art section now, ought
Do
we?
let's
Okay,
please.
I would usually have some kind of musical cue. My instruments aren't
Ring,
on hand. Yeah, let me see.
ring, ring.
Nope. There you go. Nope. Well,
Oh, the
GS, where was
toenails
GS from again? Was that the
from
Scott?
Scotland is where they
Okay.
call the dregs of wine the toenails. That's gross.
Yeah. I
Honestly, the
mean, maybe
dregs.
that's the point.
Yeah, you want to avoid it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Okay, well let's do our arts section, ought we, David?
Yes.
I'm gonna go last because I'm gonna play out some music, I think, if I can get that to work.
Okay.
So what do you got?
Well, before I jump into my official art section, I think it's just important to touch in on the tennis, the situation with the tennis world. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Yeah.
we have it's the end of the year. We have the kind of the season is finalizing, and I wasn't even going to mention anything about this, but we have someone from the great Scottish
Do you think GS stands for
region,
Great Scott?
Great Scott. Yes, Great Scott. Like what Doc Brown used to say. was that one of the great Scots of tennis is Andy Murray. I wonder what it's like for someone like GS to hear us talking about the great Andy Murray. If you were from Scotland, even if you don't follow tennis particularly closely, does the name Andy Murray just bring warm feelings of respect and admiration for the incredible tennis career that has been um, generated by this man Andy Murray, and the whole family, the whole household, the Murray kind of dynasty, the Judy, Andy, Jamie, everyone else who might be involved. Anyway, I just say here we are in mid-November. The Big Andy Murray is a class act. Just a shame he always looks so unhappy. He is a grumpy tennis player. It seems like he's driven by, yeah, tennis is an interesting word to look up the etymology. Yeah, we can look it up. Andy Murray he does have an anger about him, and when he messes up, he gets mad and he yells at his. It seems like he yells at his coach and his family that's there to support him, but he's yeah. Do you know who Andy Murray is, Daniel?
A little bit, a little bit. I've seen that face. I've heard that name. I've seen him play. I couldn't tell you about
Anything
his
about him?
his character.
He's amazing to me. Like someone who doesn't follow, if someone doesn't follow tennis or anything about tennis, it's a shame, because one thing, you might not follow tennis, and that's fine. You're missing out on the sport, but the fact that you're missing out on the man Andy Murray, that the fact that you're missing out on this guy that was trying to succeed throughout his whole career, and he's considered like the fourth best tennis player in the last 20 years compared to the big three. Andy Murray's the fourth who didn't achieve what the big three achieved. But he's still something like 36, 7 years old, and he's still playing his heart out. And he's to me, he's had his hips replaced, and he's dedicated to the sport in a way that just, for me, is an example of something
So
we should all
GS can
admire him.
let us know. Here's a little meme about Andy Murray. Baffles me when people call Andy Murray dour. He's from central Scotland. We consider him dangerously flamboyant, talkative, and over emotional.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
stereotypes are so fun. Okay, David. Well, to be clear, this isn't your art section. So
No, just checking in on the tennis scene, because sometimes I like to do that. You happen to bring up Edom Online and tennis.
yeah.
Tennis is a big part of of world culture. I think it's hard to avoid the fact that that tennis is a sport. Even if people are like, oh, I don't watch tennis or follow tennis, we have tennis shoes. We have tennis,
Oh, you're right.
and it's a part of our
I've
sport. It's a
forgotten
part of
about those.
our human culture that goes back to early English, French,
Hmm. Okay.
kind of athletic development, and at that point, it seems like the word tennis comes from the word from maybe French, Latin, like take this, take that,
Mm,
right?
mhm. But Central Dictionary says that's all completely imaginary. Century Dictionary.
Okay, purely
Uh,
imaginary. Century
or at
phenomenal
least
service cry would naturally seem to identify the game. Century Dictionary says all of this is purely imaginary.
um, La Palme, literally the palm. Okay, David, let's move on to your art.
Okay.
Let's hear
Well,
about
I
your
mentioned
art.
prune juice
You
earlier,
did. What do we
and
got?
I wanted to talk about a program, a television series that finished airing in the early 2000s. It's called Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
What? No, David, you've talked about Deep Space
No,
Nine before.
but I finished watching Deep Space Nine. I don't think I've ever
Okay,
talked
fair.
about Deep Space Nine on the podcast.
On the
I've
pod?
watched no, I've watched other series. I've talked about
Okay.
Star Trek
Not to discourage
Discovery.
you from doubling up, because I think we can absolutely, we
Well,
can do whatever we want. There's no
whatever the
rules.
case, last time I talked about it, I hadn't finished watching it. And now, after all these years, I watched it when it was airing at the time in the 90s, and then I lost track, and then I've been trying to touch base with Star Trek Deep Space Nine. In recent months, I've caught up on where I left off in the early 2000s when it was on the air, and then now I've finished watching it, and it's uh it's a very, I don't know. To me, Star Trek is a tremendous thing. The whole world of Star Trek in general, the fact that these series exist that have these imaginary worlds, but the Star Trek Deep Space Nine world is it, I don't know. So I kind
It's
of I
a crossroads. It's an international space station. It's a giant airport
Yeah, right. This it's a
of
space
Star
station
Trek. Yeah,
that's located near the Delta Quadrant,
at the
well,
mouth
it's
of a
at the mouth of a
wormhole.
wormhole, right? And
Yeah,
it's just a place of consequence
yeah.
in
It's a bus
space,
stop, but a big one.
and
Maybe is it a place of consequence or is it a remote? Because there is a sort of quality to it that they are in deep space.
so you have watched it.
Oh yeah, no, I've watched Deep Space Nine. I mean,
You
not
watched it all.
no, I don't think I've watched it
Yeah.
all. I've
Not
watched
that
a
you
lot. I
need to
watched it
watch
in
it
the
all. I don't
90s.
think
I don't
anyone
think
needs
I've
to watch it
returned
all.
since I was a teenager and watching
Hmm.
it in the 90s.
Okay. Well, I think
But
what you
I'm
said
familiar
sums
with
it up.
all of the characters.
Yes. Okay.
The classic characters, Odo, shapeshifter.
Odo is a shapeshifter.
You got
Though he has I didn't know he had this, but he has a crazy character arc where he becomes humanoid, where he
he's
stops
not
being a
like
shapeshifter,
yeah,
and he needs to eat food to like exist, and then he becomes a shapeshifter again, and then that's a little bit of a
yeah,
stretch. Like his arc is a little wild,
yeah.
but there's great. I think there's great stuff going on with Quark, the bartender
Mm-hmm.
at Deep Space Nine.
Yep.
Worf, the Lieutenant Commander Worf, who was a main character on Star Trek: The Next Generation from the
Familiar.
Enterprise.
You
He
got
is
Avery Brooks playing Captain
yes,
Ben Cisco.
Ben Cisco. He loves baseball.
He's got a son in the
Oh,
show,
he sure
and
does. Jake
but
Cisco.
yeah, yeah, he's a teenager. He's coming of age.
Yeah. Yep.
Much like Will Wheaton in Star Trek Next
Yeah, I
Generation,
guess he
a
is kind of like
child of a
the Will Wheaton of
yeah.
the Deep Space Nine universe. It's
Okay.
if you like Colm Meaney,
Oh
an
yeah,
Irish actor,
yeah.
he
Oh, Miles from Next Generation as
Miles
well.
O'Brien, yeah, he
They
is also from the Next Generation, but he has a big part in the Deep Space Nine. It
mhm.
all takes place in this space where there's this kind of um, it's there's a war that's happening between the Bashir, sorry, no, Dr. Bashir, the Bajorans and the
Bajorans.
Cardassians. The Bajorans and Cardassians have this conflict, and Deep Space Nine is kind of in the mix of it all, and in the aftermath of
I
their
remember
war.
what are the big
Ah,
the the baddies that have like the really cool ships and
well, from there's that wormhole you mentioned, and from the Delta Quadrant, there's folks that enter in and come into play. They are
the Kai
the
or like the
no
Bacat or like the Bugatti or
no,
the
Gal Dukat
Bugatti.
is the name of the fellow.
Oh yeah, I
He's
saw
a
that
man,
down there below.
Gal
He
Dukat.
called it Cot.
Yeah, he comes
What
from
are
the
they called? They're the
Cardassian,
like
but
the
hold on. Yeah,
you can't remember, can you? Let's
they're
see.
called the Jem'Hadar. The Jem'Hadar are part
No,
of.
no, no, no. That's not the one
You're
I'm
thinking of the
thinking of.
Jem'Hadar. You got to be
No, no,
thinking
no,
of
no,
the
no. Let's see. The
Jem'Hadar.
bad. Let's go. Bad,
Bad guys.
bad guys. Deep
It's the Jem'Hadar.
space. No, that's
It,
not who I'm thinking of.
they're the. Do you know who I mentioned when I say Jem'Hadar?
Yeah, I've heard that. I'm
Okay.
thinking of the Wait, am I
Well,
thinking
Gul
of that?
Dukat's kind of a bad guy
Is it
too.
these guys? These are the Jem'Hadar?
These are the Jem'Hadar. They are kind of
Okay,
a
that is what I'm thinking of.
military cult, the military society of creatures who are they're commanded by the Odo is a changeling, and he
Uh,
comes from the changeling like folks, and the changelings kind of invented this, or they kind of they kind of created this Jem'Hadar society to be their soldiers,
okay,
and they are
okay.
dependent on this like white this like drug this kind of drug that they're addicts. They're soldiers who are addicts to it, kind of a
Drug addicts.
yeah.
So what's your
Anyway,
overall what's your take on the show? What's your big what's your thesis?
I'd say like if you don't know anything about Star Trek and you don't care, just don't worry about it. But if you care at all, it's a very cool part of the Star Trek universe. They're not a ship, like they're not like Enterprise, which is a traveling or Voyager
They're not
or
boldly going
they're not
anywhere.
both. They're static.
They're
They do
statically
have.
staying in place.
I'd say that they have a very cool ship as part of the the Starfleet's fleet that's called the Defiant,
Yeah, the
and it's the
Defiant. Yeah.
only ship that is out there in the Star Trek universe among the Starfleet fleet that can have a cloaking device.
Oh,
So
that's
that comes into
illegal.
play a little bit. The Defiant is a very nimble and agile battle ship, and so that's one cool thing about it. If you so I'd say like the Deep Space Nine does offer a lot. I think it's an interesting program. There's performances from actors who I think it's fun to see what they have going on. It's interesting. Like I think it's a little bit dated and it's probably hard for a lot of people to watch.
It also
But
introduced the Ferengi, which
oh well,
maybe
I
are
mean
a
they
very
don't introduce them, but they explore in depth the
okay.
Ferengi. Also, there's a Dax. Do you know?
Oh
There's
yeah,
this
that's that character
species
that
that has
is
the
like
spots on their necks.
oh
They're
yeah, and then
symbiotes.
there's like one person in the culture or something that gets to like be a symbiote and like pass on the memories of the previous. It's like being the chair of something or being like
Mm.
it's like being in a special position and then you get to carry the memories of the person who was it before you.
Yeah, kind of something like that. There's
Yeah.
hosts and there's a symbiont, and the
Yeah.
symbiont lives a longer life than the host. So there's many hosts. Anyway, that's Terry Farrell you're seeing there,
Hmm.
the actress that portrays Jadzia Dax. But midway through the season, or midway through the whole run of Deep Space Nine, they replaced Jadzia Dax. This is an interesting set of drama that they include. Jadzia Dax is in a relationship with Worf, Commander
Yeah.
Worf.
Yeah.
They're very close, and then Jadzia Dax, something happens to her where the host is replaced by a different host that retains all of her memories and all of the memories of previous hosts as well. But
But now the body of that next inhabitant is like male, isn't it?
no, it's a female. It's a young female
Oh,
person, humanoid. But
yeah.
Worf has some challenges adapting to the
Sure.
adjustment, having a new host body of someone who has all this has all the memories of being in a relationship with him. So yeah, I'd say yeah, it does stand out to me though that the Dax stuff and Worf, that's a big part. They explore a lot of that. Also, if you're interested in Ferengi, they explore the Ferengi society and all of that. There's uh what's his name? The Inconceivable from that one show, that movie.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right.
Wallace
Wallace
Shawn. I think
Shawn.
Wallace Shawn is an actor who plays the main character in this.
Ferengi, yeah, yeah.
He's a lead Ferengi figure.
Oh,
Anyway, Deep Space Nine. It's a cornerstone of the Star Trek universe. If you haven't watched any Star Trek, just know that there's this one Star Trek where it's not a traveling series where they're moving to new places every time. It's
no.
it's always in the same place, and it's definitely dated, and it's kind of thing where it's funny because Odo is this or is portrayed. The actor who plays Odo is this French actor named Rene Aubergenois. Do you know him? He's in
Yeah,
other things. Like
from this.
oddly, he plays the voice actor who is the chef in Little Mermaid. You know, Zootaro, I missed one. That guy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And he's also curiously he's in The Patriot. He plays a French soldier or something in the movie The Patriot with Mel Gibson
I remember that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and others. And The cast in general is really good. The character of Odo is interesting, and you can tell that it's like takes place in a time when it's like a little bit tricky to do the animation or the computer graphics that are needed to make this shapeshifter shift shapes. He he has to kind of, I think that's kind of why they ended up making him human for a little while, because they're just like, well, let's just like not make him change any shapes for a couple of episodes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I was just noticing this is kind of fun to see as many actors, getting a chance to direct episodes of this
yes,
series. You have LeVar Burton directed
yep,
10.
that's
Avery
yeah,
Brooks, captain, the main captain of the show,
Captain
directed
Cisco, yeah, yeah,
Cisco 9.
yeah,
Rene Auberjonois
yep.
directed 8.
Any other
Uh,
names in there you reckon? You what?
Jonathan Frakes and
Jonathan
Michael
Frakes, the man
Dorn.
himself, yeah, Michael
Yeah,
Dorn, yeah, 3 episodes from him.
3. That's it.
And Alexander Siddig episode, he directed 2 episodes.
I don't know that.
That's Dr. Bashir, Dr.
Oh, look
Julian
at that.
Bashir.
Cool.
He has a long career doing lots of other,
Yeah,
he's done
that's
lots of
great.
great work. The cast is amazing. uh Everyone we've mentioned, some of them have gone on to have huge careers, but some of them are just Star Trek people, and you really only see them come up because of Star Trek conventions
Hmm.
or things like that. So I'd say like Deep Space Nine, it's like an interesting uh part of the whole Star Trek universe. I just am here to celebrate it with you, Daniel. Thank you for it. You sounds like you know a little bit about it. If you haven't finished it, check it out. Doctor an interesting part of it is that it doesn't work all the time. I don't think it works, but it's an interesting idea that Captain Cisco, played by Avery Brooks, he has this he plays this role where he's like a prophet. He doesn't understand it all himself. He's like a he but he has these visits from like when he's dreaming or when he's sleeping, he gets visited by these other like prophetic figures, and he has visions of things that are happening. And so it's an interesting thing to see, just a character who has a confused relationship with these visions that he has, and then the whole Bashiran community sees him as a prophet, and they worship his role, but he doesn't quite understand that role. It's an interesting religious exploration, exploring concepts of religion and vision and propheticism and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, that's it.
Well,
That's it. That's Deep
I
Space
could
Nine.
maybe return and report if I get a chance to watch any more of it.
Okay,
I would certainly be. It's a show I've enjoyed. I would watch it
good.
again.
Okay, well that's it. That's it. I'll never bring up Deep Space Nine again. So this is it. This is just I mean to say that I'm done.
Famous last words.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about former past guests of the show, Joe and Shelby
Oh,
Maddock.
oh.
From episode 36, I went and found that they were on an episode here, and we do talk about them and their band, the Plastic Cherries. That's the shirt I'm wearing tonight,
Yeah. Let's
repping the
see the shirt. The
cherries.
plastic cherries.
Yeah. So it's a whole great band of people, including our friend Natalie and Stephen and Wayne, a good friend of yours
On the
of
drums.
former guest on the
Yeah.
show, Wayne. So really the patron band of the series. We've had 3 band members on the show. But I wanted to actually close out the show. We can watch a music video that was produced and directed by producer Sam
Okay.
of the Plastic
This is going
Cherries.
to be great. Just before
Yeah.
you press play, a
Indeed. Yeah.
fun etymological note on the word cherries
Mm-hmm.
is that the word cherries is one of those weird words where it's an English word that now we say cherry, but it used to be that the singular for it came from France or something like that, where one was cherries, and then when it came to English, we heard cherries, and in French it was un cherries or something like
Yeah.
that. But now we heard it when we were cherries. Oh, that's multiple. That they must be talking about multiple cherries. So one is just a single
Cherry.
cherry, and then it got cut off. So a cherry is a kind of a corruption of the because the singular originally was un cherries, so multiple would be like cherries. And so
Well,
it's just an interesting. I think I every time I think about cherries, there's other terms like that too, like peas, like the vegetable peas.
well, and cherry also has a meaning as an adjective, or
Yeah.
maybe it's not going to show up here. That just means like doesn't it just means like kind of like in really good condition?
Oh,
Isn't that? Do you know
young
that?
underworld slang, young girl.
Mm,
Oh, like mint condition,
mm,
like a cherry.
hmm
Hmm.
Pulpy drupe of the well-known type of tree from the surname Shreemuth, Shreemuth, Chirimuth,
Hmm.
cherry mouth, literally. From
Hmm.
Anglo-French cheries, from Old North French cheries, from Vulgar Latin cerezia, from late Greek
Eurasian.
Carazian cherry, from
Yeah.
Greek Karassos, cherry
Okay.
tree, which is possibly H minor, checking the fonts, the name is probably Anatolian as well. Anatolian. Okay. Great. Well, I wanted to show this music video,
Yeah.
as I say, directed by our very own producer Sam, and it's called Moon Two. This is a single that they have out. They also have, if just to reiterate to our listeners who haven't heard the episode, they also have a song called Crossword Puzzle on their album, their full EP, and you should check that out. It's on Apple Music, it's on Spotify, and the lyrics are listed there. I saw the lyrics today for the first time, and it's super fun. You know, they just talk about their experience of doing crossword puzzles together. So,
And they
uh,
performed that. They performed that when live,
oh, they've
back episode 36 or whatever,
did
or
they?
something. They were performed a live rendition of
You
something
know, maybe well, let's see. Hold on. If I go to YouTube and I look up Crosspod,
Yeah. And this is
this
what people
us,
should
Crosspod
do. People, when they go to
Wordcast.
youtube.com, they should say like, "Oh, let's see what the Crosspod Wordcast is up to." You can
Yeah,
look up previous episodes
here it is. Oh, look at that. It's our very own, it's in our studio here.
from August 20th in 2020.
Yeah. Do we
Yeah, and then
okay.
we have a live performance of yep,
I
the great
I
Joe
think we
Maddox.
just need to watch this one. I wanted to show the
Our
other one.
final art submission.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, I
Do you
can.
want to set us up here for what you're gonna do?
So Shelby and I have been taking on a bit of a songwriting project together, and she's been writing these beautiful melodies, and we've been collaborating on the arrangements. And we're hoping to record this collection of songs. We're in the process of starting, and this is actually the very first time that we've performed live on the internet. It's also the first time I've ever been live on the internet. So, you know,
Glad to be here for your first time.
away we go. Do you have anything you want to say about the song?
The song is called Where the Light Wants to Go, and yeah, it's I wrote it kind of wishing for a place to belong. So
There we go.
All right.
I want to be home, where the sunlight becomes my skin, where my troubles are laid to rest, where my days are my own. Time passes slow, all my shadows made into friends, not together but not alone, in the place I belong. If you find it, let me know. If you find it, let me know. If you find it, won't you let me know? I've been wandering all chasing answers and needing lies. Will I ever be done? If you find it, let me know. 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 If you find it, won't you please let me know? Through the cracks where the light wants to close. If you find it, let me know. 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 If you find it, let me know.
Well,
once again, it's so fun to look back on that when we were doing the live stream out of our studio. They have an EP and singles out now. You should check them out. We've got their video now directed by Sam. We'll close out on this, so we'll go ahead and just make this
Customize and save with Liberty Mutual. Squawk.
Liberty.
That's Lehman's line.
Liberty.
That's Lehman's
This will
line.
be our outro here.
I love BetterHelp.
Oh,
Therapy
Better
has
help.
truly
You gotta
changed
have
my
help.
life.
psychological
Get
I've been
help,
in and out of
everybody.
therapy with
That's
BetterHelp
true.
for a
If you
few
need
years
to
now,
talk
and
to
it's
someone,
been
you should
incredible.
talk to someone.
All right. This will do us. pretty good place to stop recording.
Goodbye.
Boom, 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 boom.
I assume you saw the video I recorded.
I skimmed it.
It was just static.
Continue.
The fact that it recorded static isn't what interests me.
Continue.
What interests me is that it recorded approximately 4 minutes of it.
Oh, we're okay to go.
That is interesting, isn't it?